Welcome back to Dubster Dive. Seriously, we take a look at something like a stub. We don't know how it all lines up. And today, we're covering DC's attempt at an anime, kind of. Yeah, you can tell by the title. It's something based on the Suicide Squad. An IP Die loves, because they keep spamming it in his face.
What do you even mind? It's everybody.
Yeah, but you seem so irritated by it. I'll be honest, when this anime was first announced, I was actually like, oh, I'll check it out. It'd be fun, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to see Jap Lad's attempt at this. I know you had a lukewarm reaction to it.
Oh boy, I can't wait for more Suicide Squad.
Well, let's get right into this, shall we? Not waste any more time. So Suicide Squad Isekai was an anime by Studio Wit. The people behind Spy Family, Attack on Titan, and Shuka Nuka 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 Kush Tan Tan.
Send help.
Yeah, my dear friend Nokotan. Anyway, there were the first 3 episodes on HBO Max.
Sounds kinda basic.
On June 27th, with every episode after that being weekly for a total of 10 episodes. Yeah, Warner Brothers weren't willing to give this all the treatment, were they? And again, look at the people involved with this. Just to give you guys an idea, the lead guy was Tape Nagatsuki, the dude who created ReZero, character designer Akira Amano, the mangaka of Hitman Reborn, and composer being, Keiichiro Suihiro, I probably butchered that one. Guy behind Goblin Slayer, Eminence of Shadow, ReZero.
Did you say goblins?
No, get out of here, Doom Guy! But yeah, Warner Brothers clearly weren't fucking around. But last time we had Wit work on something with a bunch of A-listers, we had that movie Bubble, and, well, we did a video on that. Let's just say we had our issues with it. So, maybe this will turn out better? Well, what is the plot of this, though? Basic setup of this is what you totally get from the Suicide Squad. Group of 5 criminals, in this case, Harley Quinn, King Shark, Peacemaker, Deadshot, and Clayface? I didn't even know he was ever a member.
Your only requirement is you have to be a
DC villain?
DC and villain. Probably one without extreme levels of superpowers.
Yeah. Well, they're all forced to work for the organization Argus, specifically Amanda Waller, the one who's heading up this project. She's a cold, cruel, fat black woman. Just like Lizzo! She is in this series! But, yeah. Anyway, it seems Argus opened the gateway to another world. It's your typical fantasy setting. And the squad's mission is to go to this other world and see if there are resources that we could use here on Earth. That's right. Fuck that other world. Rob them and give to us. That's the Argus way. Yeah.
That checks out.
They're kind of ends justify the means kind of group, obviously. Also, they can't refuse the mission, for every member of the squad has a bomb in a collar on their neck that will detonate if they don't do the mission, or if they don't return to the gateway every 72 hours to reset the timer on the damn thing.
Yeah.
Making things even more complicated is once they arrive, the kingdom here is at war with the evil empire. That's not too bad. Oh, and the kingdom doesn't trust the squad either. Oh, shit. Well, can they earn the trust of the kingdom and defeat the evil empire? Especially when the empire's generals just so happen to be familiar faces to DC fans. Oh, shit. And, yeah, that phrase, familiar to DC fans, you're gonna notice that's kind of a thing with this show. Yeah.
No, they wouldn't.
It's a basic setup, but I think it works for the most part, you know. It's alright. Also notice time was a factor in this whole plot. Much like in ReZero.
Fetish much.
Just like ReZero. He's Sylar from Heroes! You're gonna walk in, he's gonna have a bunch of clocks and watches all around his ass.
He's gonna clean your clock.
Anyone who gets that reference, you get 10 points. But alright. Animation, it's wit, so I'm guessing it's good.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. It even has CGI. And not the eye-bleeding kind from another thing.
Yeah, and it's a CGI dragon, right?
A CGI dragon too, yes.
Oh, dragon. Yeah, you get the squad taking on a dragon, man. That's fucking cool. Yeah, it's fun. And the fight scenes, I'm guessing, all look really good too when they're taking on our other villains and stuff. As far as the OST goes, some I like. The main theme, which is just titled after the series, it's a catchy rock tune with a bit of the sax. Yeah, there's a lot of saxophone in this OST. It plays every time an episode boots up with the logo, and during every major fight. Let's see. There's Squad Funk, which is just a chill song that I really like. It's whenever they're bantering together, which is a lot because the squad likes to banter.
Which is 90% of the show.
Yep. Laughing Man is the Joker's theme. Like, come on, if Harley's in this and you didn't think the Joker was going to be in it. But yeah, I like his. It's a creepy melody that sounds like it'd fit right in with a typical horror game or whatever, which makes sense. Joker's kind of fucking insane. But I know, for those who are familiar with this series, probably wanted me to get to this. The ending theme, Go-Getters by Mori Calliope, the VTuber. Holy shit. That was fucking cool. I'm sure her fans are happy. Now, when's Gura getting the ability to do her official theme for something, damn it?
No bias.
Totally not. I saw someone say you made it when you're doing a theme for a Warner Brothers property. It's like, yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah, no matter how bankrupt they are right now.
I don't rock with Mori like that. I haven't watched much of her. I don't know. Maybe I would. All I heard is that she's a Shotokan or something. Which, if that's the case, so what are her thoughts on Lloyd from Seventh Prince? Because have you seen those thighs? Because, I thought I told you to hit me when I go off topic.
I lost the hammer.
Anyway, yeah, so my one question, though, because I've heard people bring this up. What is with the animation during this end credit sequence? Why the Waller dancing?
Because someone had a thing for Waller, apparently.
Oh, one of those Lizzo fans. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I strongly disagree with your tastes. You should have done it with Harley Quinn dancing instead. What? She's clearly the waifu here. So it seems like, the obvious choice. But yeah. So let's get to the reason you're all actually here, though. The dub. Which, yeah, they did not get anyone back who's been portraying these characters, etc. So if you're expected to hear as strong as Harley, you're not getting that. But it's okay, because who did they get? Oh, Sentai Filmworks, that's fucking different.
Or at least it would be if you didn't know a thing about Ninja Kamui.
Yeah, HBO Max outsourced to them for that as well. And yeah, I know some people might be put off by the fact that it's not the usual people voicing them, but honestly, these characters have had so many voice actors portraying them over the years. I guess this case didn't really bother me as much. So, let me know. I don't know. Yeah, so Sentai are doing it. They did Oshinoko and stuff. That's cool. ADR director was Kyle Colby Jones, who did Danmachi, and Shannon Reed. With the script also being Kyle. So, well, circle back around to the script in a bit. As far as the cast goes, first we have our waifu. Yes, everyone's waifu. Yours, Dai, and you out there.
Excuse me?
Harley Quinn!
Excuse me?
But she's a crazy clown lady.
Okay.
Anyway. Well, Harley Quinn is voiced by Carly Hawk, who's Eiko from Dark Gathering, and Sherry Shadow Assassin from the Demon Swordmaster of Excalibur Academy. That name is
going through your
edgy as fuck.
Or something?
Yes, and Shoana, I think that's how that's pronounced, from Danmachi. She would actually tweet out about this, saying that if you told her that she'd be playing Harley Quinn when she was a kid, she would not have believed you, and that words cannot describe how honored she is to play this character. So.
Yeah. I mean, especially working at Sentai, where you would think you'd only voice in random ecchis and whatever else they do occasionally.
Yeah. It's not a knock on Sentai. We need the ecchis. Titties for life. Anyway, yeah, the thing is, her performance, though, unfortunately, it's all over the place. Sometimes she tries doing the accent, other times it's not there at all. Her voice is also sometimes really high-pitched, though that could be because of Harley's new design. I mean, weren't you saying they made it way more moe?
Yes.
So, not surprising. I'm not saying she's bad. I just wish that she'd pick either one. You know, are you going to imitate one of her older voice actors or not? Stop switching!
It's something that probably could be fixed in the box set release.
Yeah.
Except this was mostly same date.
Yep. It was same date except for 1 week when it was delayed because Texas got fucked by a storm or something.
Oh, what else is new?
Yeah, lines that cracked me up with her were like, she says, hey, it's like we got dropped into the Lord of the Rings. I could make a Rings of Power joke, but that's a low-hanging fruit at this point, isn't it?
So is shitting on this.
Yeah, but this actually isn't anywhere near as shit. Oh, it's not even really shit. It's just, well, whatever. That's top for the end. So yeah, she calls Waller that Amanda skank, by the way, which cracks me up too. You also get drunk Harley. And who doesn't like drunk Harley?
I mean, you get drunk everyone.
Yeah. Her worst acted line, though, is when she's talking to Waller. She goes, you old fat bitch, you think you could control the entire world? It's the way she says world, dude. It sounds so forced and rough.
Which, with how it was animated, it was clearly said in a similar way in the sub.
Yeah, so maybe another take could fix it or something. I don't know. But I think there's more good than bad. She does have some other good scenes, but we got to get to the rest of our cast to break those down. So, speaking of, I guess let's move on to Harley's Puddin', which they do call him that in this. Harley does call him Puddin'. It gets points for that in my book. The Joker. Yeah, so the Joker is in episode 1 of this, and also in flashbacks at certain episodes, where they're kind of framed around it. Like, if there's a scene where they have to sneak into an enemy camp, she has a flashback about how they broke into a bank together. You know, and Joker taught her, like, this is how you get into a safe, blah, blah. So she uses that to help the squad out. Yeah, the Joker in this is played by Scott Gibbs, Sora from No Game No Life, and Nimura from Armed Girls Mickey of Validism. I probably butchered that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of mixed here, because honestly, I couldn't get used to his voice for the Joker. I just think it was a little miscast.
Yeah, you're more used to him, so like a drunk, bitter old man. I got you.
Yeah. The performance is bad. Maybe you guys like it more. I don't know. Let me know. I did laugh, though, when he called Harley baby cakes. What?
You're just amused by the smallest.
Yeah, you get a scene where Harley is talking about how she'd love to visit another world at the start of the show. As he's like, people itch to get out of their own skin and to escape to another world. See, that's what they're doing there. Overall, I just think he was miscast. Not bad, though. But hey, at least we get something on Harley and the Joker through these flashbacks. Can't say you get anywhere near as much on the other members. Speaking of...
Of course you don't. What do you expect them to be, main characters?
King Shark! Because we gotta get the shark.
Every group has a token shark.
He's the tank of the team. The tank shark. Yeah, he barely talks at all, and says things like, me like those, or Harley friend. He's a little stupid. He's played by Andrew Love, who's Beta from Battle Athletes Victory Restart, and Marcus, what the fuck, from Gate the anime. and Adam Blade from Needless. But
What's
that name
with
just
all the
sounds cool.
edgelording?
I don't know. Also, is it just weird as some of his lines he sounds British? The shark, I mean.
Yeah,
Andrew Love doesn't do
big
bad.
head.
I just think he sounds British for some of his lines. It's like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from?
Probably having the talking caveman speak and accidentally doing it.
And then watch King Shark turns out to be British. I don't know. Primarily no Batman shit, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, you should be the expert on them. They're a fucking shark.
Well, other than him wanting to prove himself to the team and hating to lose, and him being a big eater, we don't really get much on him in this series.
Well, you get enough. You know that they're a shark.
Yeah, but he's not the shark. He's just King Shark. Anyway, Andrew Love's okay. But now we got my favorite character in this fucking show, Clayface, who's an actor that can use the clay in his body to manipulate his body. I know it's not a redundant way I put that, but yeah, he can morph and shit.
Are you sure you don't want to try again?
Yeah, he uses the clay in his body to manipulate his form and stuff. So he can take on other appearances and slightly shapeshift and stuff. Yeah, he's played by Brandon Hertzberger, who's Perv Asshat from The Eminence in Shadow. That is actually that character's name.
I thought it was we both thought it was a joke.
John Montague from Les Chevalier Dion. And Mr. Nimbus from Rick and Morty the anime. Why is that a thing?
Are you asking why that's a thing or why it's Sentai again?
Yes. But yeah, this is my favorite character in this show by far, easily. And Brandon is clearly having the time of his life playing him. Like, I've always liked Clayface a lot. I thought he was always an underrated Batman villain back in
He really
animated
is.
series. Yeah, dude. Like, the first time I saw him, it was in the 2000s Batman cartoon, where he cosplayed as Solomon Grundy. It's like, I thought that was so cool. But yeah, he has protagonist syndrome in this real fucking bad. He constantly is like, I'm the leading man. And
Yeah.
so he's like, the princess would normally
It's more
fall for the
severe
hero.
than he's making it out to be.
Yeah, he's like, the princess would obviously fall for me, because I am the leading man. He also says terms like, guys, we've all been isekai'd. It's all the rage these days.
Well, there's like 5 announced a week. Yeah, it kind of is.
It's my fault. Blame me. I'm a sucker for isekais. That's not even a
Especially
joke.
trashy ones.
Hey, those are the best ones. But yeah, he talks very theatrically, and he's just fucking fun to watch, dude. Like, Brandon is great. Unfortunately, he's another one we don't learn much on, like how he became a metahuman, his backstory or anything. Just that he's an actor who's, protagonist syndrome. My favorite moments with him were there's a scene at the bar where he's trying to impress some chicks in the other world or whatever. And he's like, I'm going to show you a magic trick. And he starts morphing into the ground like it's lava. You said he's even doing the thumbs up, right?
Yep.
And he literally goes, doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. It's so dumb. And when they're not impressed, he goes, what? Are you serious? I just reenacted one of the best scenes in cinematic history. It's a masterpiece. Or him talking to Deadshot as Deadshot's like, your powers aren't that impressive, are they? Then he goes, my powers aren't perfect, but hey, every endearing character needs at least one flaw. Look at Tom from Tom and Jerry. He was a dick, like you. I can't say enough things about Clayface, man. I fucking love him. I want every portrayal of him to be like this from now on. I really do. Do you blame me?
No.
But yeah. Speaking of Deadshot, in this continuity, he is black. Because I'm guessing they're going with the movie version, where Will Smith played him.
Which at this point, they probably have since that first failed movie.
He was white, but he got slapped so hard he became black.
Damn.
But yeah, he's the sniper of the group, obviously from his name. And he comments on how absurd things are. Where it's like, what the hell? This shit's crazy, etc. He's played by Jovan Jackson, who's Taylor Griffin from Babylon, Walter from Project Blue Earth SOS, and Gats from Sayuki Reload Zeroing. Give us more Sayuki, fuckers.
It's not coming back.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I don't have any complaints. All we really learn about him is that he shared a cellmate with one of our antagonists, and he used to be in the military. Also, he has a tendency of thinking he's helping, but he's actually coming across as an asshole. We'll get to that.
An asshole who doesn't realize they're an ass.
Yep, the classic. But after him, we have Peacemaker. And if you thought Sentai were going to get John Cena in him, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You're insane. But yeah, he's very serious, goes on about everything, and goes about being a mission for peace, etc. And he's also the timekeeper for the team, able to calculate how much time everyone has left on their bombs, just in his head. We've got 10 hours, blah, 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 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Also, Harley calls him Voorhees because he has a bag on his head.
Or at least in the first episode.
Yeah, because he will never show his face to anyone. He is played by Sean Patrick Judge, who's Noor from I Parry Everything, Kaguri from Ninja Kamui, and Mamoru from KG Ultimate Survivor. And I actually really like his portrayal. He does a very good job coming across as no-nonsense and patriotic because Peacemaker is doing everything for America! Also, I do say he barely wears pants, too.
In the bar.
Yeah, he doesn't wear pants.
He's the type of drunk that takes off his pants.
I actually like the scene when he's drunk, though. And like, you shouldn't drink till you're drunk. And he goes, only ass clowns drink themselves stupid. Ass clown again? Is he a JYB fan or a Jericho fan? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, and then he just goes, you must look for
someone's going around spreading this ass clown phrase everywhere.
Yeah, there sums it up by saying, you must look for the peace at the bottom of the bottle. The fuck does that mean?
It means what it means, except for the fact that it doesn't.
Also, a scene when they first arrive and they don't know what's going on or whatever, because, they've all been abducted. And, they're like, what's going on? And he goes, I know what's happening here. We are on a mission for peace. And Deadshot just goes, I'm betting your dumbass don't know jack shit, do you? Oh no, man.
Prove that.
I just fucking love it. I do. But yeah, Sean does good as Peacemaker. Our last, I guess you could say, honorary member is Rick Flag.
Flag burning.
He was an Argus agent who was sent to this world before the squad that ended up being freed by them because he was in prison. I bet he had fun. Yeah, he is played by Jeremy G. or Gee. It's G-E-E. Oh.
Probably the second one?
Well, he was Daiga from Farming Life in Another World, and Satoshi from the Urtsu Yatsura remake. He's very straight-laced about the mission. But he does try negotiating with the head of the kingdom, the queen's forces on the squad's behalf. Not very well, but he tries.
Yeah, it's like learning the language from prisoners was gonna end well.
Yeah, so I gotta take a side detour real quick. Might as well bring this up now. Because it's set up for a great bit. But yeah, when they first arrive here, everyone is talking in a different language. Which I thought was Weebanese at first. Because some words in there clearly sound like Japanese.
Could be using that as a base.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, it's there when they first arrive until a spell is cast and everyone speaks English. Even Clayface is happy about it. Being like, what a convenient plot device. I think every show should do this.
Every show that does have this language scene tends to do this.
Not Mushoku Tensei, darling. Not Jobless. Anyway. Yeah, I did love the scene, though, where they even ask someone in this world when they first arrive, do you know English? This must sound stupid and sub. The shoe's finally on the other foot. Something I'd point out real quick is how the locals of this world speak English even before the spell is cast if the squad aren't around. So like when the queen is talking to her officers or whatever. Not complaining, of course, lest that I would have to read to me. Just felt like pointing it out.
The manga.
Yeah, it just felt like pointing it out. But yeah, back on this. Sorry for that detour. Back to Rick Flag, which I think Jeremy does good at. This bit is hilarious. So he's trying to negotiate with one of the officers, and he's like, "I picked up their language in prison. Don't worry, I've got this." So he's talking to the guy, and he's saying things like, "You're a pussy, you're a jackass, you're ugly shit, etc." And the guy's getting visibly angrier and angrier.
He somehow picked, also one of the words he ends up picking is he calls him baldy, which he's very insecure about his hair.
Yeah, and even the squad are like, "I don't think it's working." And he goes, "No, trust me, I know what I'm doing." And he just repeats some of the same shit.
I don't think that means what you think it does.
Yeah, it's like, you keep on using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. But yeah, Jeremy's good. He's as good as the flag birding over there. Rick Flag. But now it's time, since we did the squad, which I do like, actually. I should mention that. I think the squad start off not liking each other at first, but learning they have to work together in order to survive, and even somewhat respecting each other by the end. Which, it's a basic, but why fix what isn't broken, right?
All basic.
I was going to say a basic thing, but yeah. Whatever. Speaking of the squad, though, the one heading up the project, it's her turn now. Amanda Waller, the fat bitch herself. So in this, she's played by Jasmine Renee Thomas, whose Theodisia from my instant death ability is so overpowered, no one can even mention his titles. But before working at Sentai, she was Stacy in Disney's The Zombies, and she was also even in Rocky Horror Picture Show, Let's Do the Time Warp Again. Yeah, she was apparently a Canadian actor that started voicing an anime randomly at Sentai? Only live-action actors go to other shit first, besides Sentai. Oh, that was weird.
Yes. It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah, Waller only sees people as tools to get the job done. And I think Jasmine does pretty solid, actually, getting Waller's cruelty aside and her don't fuck with me attitude.
Little she's in the show.
Yeah, I don't have any complaints.
Outside of that fucking ending, anyway.
Yeah, that's not Jasmine's fault. But yeah, I mean, you were even saying they did get Waller right in this adaptation, because I remember the Arrowverse fucked her up.
Yeah, it's like they missed the point completely by making her just a skinny as fuck black woman instead.
But yeah. Anyway, let's do the original characters for this series. There's a couple. So first we've got the Queen herself, Queen Eldora, or as Deadshot calls her, Queen Resting Bitch Face.
Yeah, that about sums it up.
She is played by Patricia Duran, who is Midori from Devil's Line. Maybe we'll cover that this October. And Freya from Don Machi. And she has a posh accent.
But why only her?
There's one other person who does.
One other person.
Yeah, she's very cold and distant and is constantly aggravated by the squad's antics. I wonder why. Maybe she's just tired of the war. I totally understand. Makes sense. But yeah, she is okay. I just want to know why the silly accent. Because it's inconsistent. Some people have it, some don't, as you'll find out.
Consistently inconsistent.
But after that, we have her daughter, Princess Fiona, the other waifu of the show. Played by Lucy Christian, who's Uraraka from My Hero Academia, Nami from One Piece.
What the hell is that?
And Aoi Strancy from Black Butler, because it's another posh blonde that she played. So,
But she's not posh.
Yet she doesn't have an accent, even though her mother does. And it's not like she's not above doing the accent. Again, she did it as Trancy, so...
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah. So Fiona starts off very timid at the start. at the series, because apparently when she was young, she convinced a friend of hers to sneak into an enemy camp for food, and that got him killed. And even the queen is like, yeah, you know this was your fault, right? Damn, no wonder why Fiona's kind of fucked up. But ever since, she's been afraid to speak her mind or stand up for herself until she meets the squad. Which she constantly goes behind her mother's back to help them, and eventually does learn to stand up for herself. If anyone has a completed character arc, it is her. Oh. And Lucy's always good no matter what role you give her. I don't have any complaints. Someone's going to point out the one role she doesn't do good at. I know someone will. Well, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah, that one show and that one role, obviously. Are you high?
Hearing her finally snap, though, is pretty great. Where she just shouts, I am so fucking done with this bullshit!
They also like to use fuck a lot.
No, I always said fuck like 2 or 3 times. Shit's the one they say a lot. I would say something about that, but it is the squad. They are criminals, and she is inspired by their manner of speaking.
It is mostly Deadshot.
Yeah, and again, she is inspired by them. Well, specifically Harley. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, her swearing.
Surprisingly, it's not Sentai just adding swearing half the time.
Yeah,
like they tend to.
Like I said, I don't mind it as much with the characters and context involved.
Because they have a comedic thing where they'll put a cheapie of Harley over Deadshot's mouth when he's swearing repeated.
Yeah.
To censor it.
Probably one of the best dub scenes does involve the princess, and it is when Harley, this was we had to get here first, is telling her to stop being so timid and actually do something.
Just fucking do it already.
Yeah, which is what ultimately ends up inspiring her. It is a really good dub scene, but I could ruin it by pointing out Harley loses her accent in this scene. But for what it is, it's good. I'll take it.
I don't understand your lack of accent.
But yeah, then we have the other guy with the accent, Cecil. That's the officer Rick Flag was pissing off earlier. He's the captain of the Knights and Fiona's protector. He's played by John Gramillion, who's D from Vampire Hunter D's Sentai dub, and Gentle Criminal from My Hero Academia.
Damn Peel.
Wow, dude, really? But yeah, he's the other dude with the posh accent. And he's all about honor and hates the squad's otherworldly weaponry, etc. But is loyal to Fiona above all else. So, John's good here. He's clearly having fun. Again, he's played these types of characters a lot, so... I just want to know, why does only him and the Queen have accents? No one else in this kingdom does. Is there like a school you have to go to learn the accent? Alright, we're done going on about the accent. I promise. Especially now, because we gotta move on to our villains! So, before our heroes were sent to this place, it turns out Argus sent another group of people in first. The beta test, I guess you could say.
It wouldn't be Argus without gross incompetence.
Yeah, so I guess you could say the first squad that Waller sent in managed to deactivate their bombs and go rogue, and now they work for the Empire. Ooh, way to fuck up there.
Typical Argus, fuck up.
Yep. So our first one we have here is Ratcatcher, who can control rodents with his power. But is now able to... Oh, yes, we are. But he's now able to control beastmen in this world. Because I guess the magic here can boost your metahuman abilities. Yeah, he's played by Adam Noble, who's Shinichi from Chihaya Furu, and Taihei Doma from Himoto Umaru-chan. What a fucking name I just said.
You're the one that picked it.
But yeah, this was Deadshot's cellmate. He hates Deadshot. Because, you see, when he was in prison being bothered by inmates, Deadshot, thinking he was helping, interjects, saying, so what if his junk is like shriveled up baloney that scares away all the skirts? What makes you donkey dicks any better? Yeah, and him also telling a guy to put on rat breeding, and as a
It's
thing.
the only thing that he can get off
Yeah, he
to.
said rat's a freaky dude who's into freaky shit. Rat's screams in anger are fucking great, by the way.
Yeah.
He nails
Yeah.
it perfectly.
He also gives him old cheese and takes his apple.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, they were about to throw this out, but I saved it for you, buddy. Yeah, and Deadshot's even like when they meet in this world, he's like, Rat, what did I do wrong? Was it the penis thing? As Rat just shouts back, you son of a bitch!
It was probably the everything.
Yeah, dude, Adam is fucking great here. Like, you could tell he knows what he's doing. He's all in on this shit. And yeah, I actually like how they have to take him down too, where they have to strategize to get him out on the front lines, because otherwise he'd hang in the back. So, etc. It's a fun scene. But next we have Katana. I almost said Kitana from MK. Yeah, she was the one who captured Harley in episode
Yes.
1. But is now with the Empire. She's a samurai. I mean, the name kind of says that, though, doesn't it?
No shit.
She talks very seriously and calmly. So,
Clams.
she is voiced by Genevieve Simmons, who's Kanaka Amanai from Haikyuu, and Noriko from Girls und Panzer. And, yeah. She clearly has her own agenda at points, Not exactly killing the squad when given an opportunity to. Wonder why. Maybe we'll find out. But Genevieve does all right. Again, this character doesn't really talk much, so they really do. What can you do, Die?
Yeah. No, they talk a lot. You just didn't notice.
I watched the show.
It's a joke. Come on. What, do you also have a shriveled up rat penis?
What the fuck is my PlayStation doing?
Oh, were you airing out?
No, my PlayStation wouldn't shut the fuck up. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I was like, shut the fuck up. It asked, what do you mean about pizza? And I was like, well, I gotta turn that off. I gotta turn that off. I apologize. This got sidetracked. Piece of shit. But yeah, anyway, she doesn't talk much. So next is the Thinker, who uses telepathy to control the elves. And memories to attack people. Like with Peacemaker. Which, yeah, I didn't even bring up the one thing we learned about him. He has a daughter. You see her in this memory. That's really it. And he gets pissed off when Waller brings her up. I bring this up because maybe this would mean more and we could understand why Peacemaker is getting more angry if we got more of his backstory besides it being just said once or twice.
He's just Peacemaker. Go with that.
Okay. But yeah, the Thinker's a smug dick who goes on and on about how much smarter he is than everyone. Even you! He's played by Jay Hickman, who's another Shinichi from Cromartie High School. And the giraffe from Review Starlight. Because, of course. But more importantly, he's Charlie Nash in the Street Fighter 2 V80 V-Dub. He is solid as this.
That's the most important part.
He is solid as this douche. He talks about how dumb we all are. And, yeah. He has a device that... does he wear, like, this weird device on his head?
Yeah. He just wears that weird helmet thing.
There's a lot of telepathy users in DC, isn't there? I mean, they could have put Grodd here, too, couldn't they have?
They could have just made a whole group of them.
That would have been an interesting thing. But their ego dicks would probably clash. Yeah, there's actually a moment where Clayface has to imitate the Thinker, and even to act like him, because it's using his voice, whatever. And I was like, okay, I gotta distract Katana. I summoned you here, Katana, to talk about the brain structure. You could really benefit from this if you listen to me. It's like, what the fuck? Uh, the brain structure, die. Learn about it.
What about Brian?
Yes. Next, we have Enchantress. As the name would imply, she uses magic. And, yeah, she's clearly not having a fun time working for the Empire. Maybe they have something over her head. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. She is played by Christina Kelly, who is mine from Akame ga Kill, and Miyako Saito from Oshinoko. And I'm going to be honest. I don't think she fits Enchantress very well. I don't think it's one of her best roles. You probably think I'm insane, don't you, Dai?
Unsane?
Unsane! No, I honestly think someone like Kira Vincent Davis would have fit this role better, who was in this show, by the way, as a one-off character. But that's just me.
Is that Backflash character? Was Fiona?
Yeah, with Fiona.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just think she's a little miscast. Also, when Enchantress gets pissed off, I don't think Christina goes all in on her anger like she normally does, like when she was Mary in Kakegurui. I think it's a little reined in here, but that's just me. But hey, I was Enchantress here. Who doesn't love Enchantress, right? But next we have Killer Croc. I wonder if he's King Shark's. Yeah, he's King Shark's rival. And his voice actor at the time of this has not been posted yet. Yeah, he's the only one too. But once he is posted, I'll add a pinned comment, I guess. He does pretty good. I don't have any complaints about him. He's very angry at the shark, and he does a good job coming that across. You have anything to say about the shark, Dai, or the croc?
Croc wins.
How dare you? And our last antagonist is the leader, Lich, who's original for this series. She can make zombies. As she goes on about how death feeds her power. She's played by Jade Kelly, who's Crimson from Ragna Crimson, and Akira from Call of the Night. And she's a bit ham in the climax. You get that. But she's only like, what, the last couple of episodes?
Yep.
So you don't get as much on her. But yeah, it's fine. They're having fun. And last cast member to go over is Harley's pet dragon that she adopts here. Arthur, or Artie for short. Only eliminating like 2 letters. Anyway, he's played by Chaney Moore, who's Himari from Bang Dream, and Ren Kujo from To Love Ru. And she just does baby dragon noises. What do you want from me?
Baby dragon.
I'm gonna hit you with a baby dragon. As far as the ad voices, Andrew Love was several, and it was very noticeable, but King Shark doesn't talk much, so I guess he had to get work in this show somehow, right? I think Jovan Jackson was a couple too. You know, Deadshot, you called him out a bit.
Yep.
Yeah. As far as the script, the lines I didn't mention, you got Harley saying tough titties, which I don't know why that made me laugh. Or when they're fighting a dragon. Deadshot goes, anyone got a crossbow? I've seen Game of Thrones. They took down one with that. Yeah, they reference Game of Thrones a lot, don't they? At least 2 or 3 times. Which, yes, 2 or 3 is a lot. Or Clayface saying, I've always wanted to be summoned to an isekai, which sounds a little redundant to me.
He loves to say isekai.
Yeah. Let's see. The term butthurt's used. Harley saying she doesn't want anyone's head going snap, crackle, pot.
Pot?
Yeah, I was going to fix that. Snap, crackle, pot. Whatever. Also, the phrase they love the most is, ain't that some shit? It is said several times, especially by Deadshot, but even Harley says it once.
Yeah.
Like, they fucking love that phrase. I mean, these characters are from, the West, so localization like this, I think, is okay in this situation. Oh, yeah. Also, non-dub singing. Which,
Yeah.
weird about that is Sentai were able to dub their singing in Ninja Kamui, so, I don't know.
Oh no, no. That was just a
That was
that was
licensed?
just
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I
that
was
was
gonna say, because
licensed,
that
and the
is...
singing just happened to be dubbed in it.
Okay, okay, okay. Because I was gonna say, that was a little weird to me.
You're talking about the song in the first episode.
No, 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 no. I was talking about
Oh,
at the bar
oh,
later, and that.
actually, yeah, the bar scene that they did, they did karaoke over it.
Yeah, so it counts. But yeah, they did dub the singing here. So, but this bar scene when the squad goes crazy and has a shootout reminds me of Black Lagoon bar scene. So I could forgive it for it.
Including the no pants part. Wait, wait.
Revy with no pants. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it. Before we get into spoilers, I think the show's fine for what it is. Oh, I have any complaints with it. If you haven't checked it out yet for yourself, I'd say give it a shot. You know, we see the squad learn to tolerate each other, like I said. Uh, you know, Rick Flag even says that they're criminals on Earth, but in this world, maybe they could actually become heroes, which is the whole crux of it, I guess. The script is clearly something that, with all the references it keeps making to other WB shit, Stephen Foster would climax over with how he loves that shit. But I think if he were here, the script would probably get a little out of hand, wouldn't it?
Are you retarded?
Besides, it's not like there's lines here. This world is so lit. I think Harley says cringe once.
Yeah, just once, which you didn't even notice it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, wait, and we sat through that, what, twice?
Yeah. The dub is also a mixed bag, like I said. But I think there is more good than bad here.
But the issues it can also be chimed on to it being same date.
Well, like I said, I just think some people were miscast. But I do
Yeah.
think Brandon, Sean, and Joven were really good. Lucy's always good. But I also think it works.
No good.
Yeah. However, the other thing is the pace towards the end is, which we're going to get into here in a minute or so, is a little rushed. If you're unfamiliar with the squad or the villains, it doesn't do much to catch you up, obviously.
Yeah.
Which I feel like they probably could have taken a Cyberpunk Edge Runners approach. And speaking of the world they're in, yeah, the Kingdom and the Empire. You guys really couldn't come up with any other names? Really?
It's all, I mean, it's just generic fantasy world all around.
Yeah, it kind of is. But on the flip side, the show's just a hell of a lot of fun to watch. The banter with the squad is just really enjoyable, and again, it's like seeing their fight scenes is really fun. Fighting a dragon with a fucking rocket launcher. Like, come on. I didn't even bring up how they had to take down the Thinker with Harley Quinn, because she has no mind to lose, so... Yeah. Actually, like, right before we did this, apparently a leak came out stating that anime based on Western properties are not allowed to be very flexible, which explains why characters with completed arcs are from the Isekai world, whereas the squad do dev a little bit, but not much out of their counterparts from the comics, huh? So,
I mean, they're comics. You can argue they're regressing.
oh, that's a fair point. Yeah, if you're still curious and haven't seen the show for yourself yet, and you're a casual fan at very least of the Suicide Squad, I'd say give it a
If you're
shot.
at least familiar with them, vaguely.
Yeah. Well, we're getting into spoilers now before we do wrap up. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, then you all know what to do. Dance like an Egyptian and something. Okay. Are you ready to go over the ending, Di?
Yes.
Okay, so it turns out Queen Aldora was Lich all along, wanting to go to war with the Empire in order to force more deaths to happen, which would make her more powerful. She ends up capturing King Shark, scheduling an execution for him. Which, yeah, Waller finding this out believes the mission is a failure. And even activating Clayface's bomb. Bitch! Rick manages to convince her to give them one more shot at doing this, and she does. Also, Clayface is fine. Yeah, it turns out he can manipulate his body to move his heart and brain around, so blowing up one piece of his body, he's good. When asked if the bomb was never a threat, why'd he go along with this shit, his response, because he thought it would be fun to be the lead in an isekai. Why does that check out?
It does.
Anyway, they head back to the kingdom for the final battle and to save King Shark, which, yeah, apparently Lich has turned everyone here into zombies. Undead die. The Shark breaks free and ends up taking on Killer Croc, who believes that Shark has no one on his side. But that's when Peacemaker arrives saying, "You're wrong, he does have someone. America!" As the do-do-do-do-do-do plays for some fucking reason. I don't know why this makes me laugh my ass off when I hear it every time. But yeah, so they take on the Croc and his squid friend?
Yeah.
They got tentacles. Oh, I'm surprised Harley is in here, you know? That's usually the start of what you'd think of hentai. Anyway, yeah, so they do end up taking them down, but Shark is like, I wanted to be the one to get the finishing blow. And Peacemaker's like, no, you are needed. I need you, my friend. And now they're buddies! They're buddies! Okay, so...
Social inquiries.
Meanwhile, Crayface. I was trying to say Clayface and Rick Flag at the same time. Take on Katana.
Crayface.
Yeah.
She's a crayfish now.
Yes. Take on Katana, who spares Clayface's life. I actually like this bit where Rick's like, hey, why'd you show mercy? Clayface's like, hey, don't ask that. What the hell are you doing? But yeah. He's like, well, clearly I know what happened. She has fallen in love with me, which I completely understand and do not blame her. Why don't you meet up with me privately later? And Katana's like, yeah, you should go. Oh, this is going to be hilarious when we get to the twist. Also, yeah, Clayface and Rick stumble upon a body that looks exactly like Enchantress. As Clayface says, whenever you see someone who looks exactly like someone else, it's always an important plot point. A classic MacGuffin. That is not paraphrasing, that is literally what he says. Speaking of, it's Enchantress's real body. You see, Lich was holding it over her head to force Enchantress to work for her. So, yeah, and that's who Harley's fighting. As Harley says, you're too hot and sexy to be hanging out with a bunch of zombies. Now that's a Yuri I could get it to. Damn it. Stay focused.
Yeah.
Anyway. She gets her body back after a bit, and yeah, she agrees to help them out. But not because she likes the squad or anything, she just wants revenge on Lich. As Clayface says, "Aw, she has one of those character traits. I believe it's called," and she shouts, "Shut up!" And he goes, "Oh, honey, our first fight." But yeah. Now it's all that's left is Lich. But before that, they have to rendezvous with the princess, who now looks exactly like Harley Quinn. Wait, so there are two Harleys? Damn. Yeah. When I said she was inspired by Harley earlier, I meant it. She cosplayed her and everything, even the same makeup.
No, just the makeup and the hair.
Okay.
I mean, just the makeup.
Okay. Well, go sit up. This is why you're here. I couldn't tell the visual shit. But yeah, also Deadshot is here, because he has magic armor that was given to him by Cecil. So he gives a piece of it to everyone else. Harley gets a magical girl transformation. Clayface does the Michael Jackson hee and dances like Dante from DMC5. Why?
Yes.
And Peacemaker does U.S.A. Is it just me, or does he sound like the Fonz when he said A there at the end? What? Am I the only one who thought that?
Probably.
But yeah, they take on Lich as... Don't Harley and Fiona swap places in order to get the drop on her?
Yep.
In order to give Fiona a chance to stab Lich with the Kingdom's Sacred Sword. The thing that can mortally wound her. As Lich is like, no! This is all the Emperor's doing! As Harley deals the finishing blow. The day is saved! They must continue the mission now. But unfortunately, it's revealed that the katana in this world was a fake the whole time! You see, it was really the Joker in disguise. And Waller theorizes that he cosplayed as Katana because she's the one who captured Harley. So, yeah.
What cost?
Joker monologues about how he too loves death, so he thought this was amazing because it doesn't discriminate. It comes for us all eventually. As he asks if Harley's itch has been scratched yet. Oh yeah, also he was the Emperor all along too. So, yeah, that's the thing.
He was the turkey all along.
Yep. But yeah, that's why Katana showed Clayface mercy earlier. And that also means Clayface was trying to seduce the Joker. Gay! But our show ends, and is it going to get a season 2? Probably not. But as you could tell, is the show going to change your mind or anything about Isekai and redefine the whole genre if you're not a fan of Isekais? No, of course not.
No.
But if you just want to have a lot of dumb fun with these characters, if you're a fan of Harley or whatever, then yeah, it'll give you that for a few hours. I mean, you disagree, Di?
Yes.
So, yeah. As far as why a lot of people didn't take to this who might have been familiar with the squad, I could think of a few reasons. Firstly, as we said at the top, the squad are hoard out. How many movies have there been?
Too many.
I think there's only been 2, actually. But, yeah, there's
too many.
There's a Peacemaker show, him being in Mortal Kombat 1, a game that had involvement from a retarded baby. Yeah.
That also had 4 iterations.
Yep. Some people are just sick of the squad. Now, fortunately for me, I didn't see most of these films or whatever, so I guess I was lucky.
And Warner Brothers is delusional and keeps trying to go all in on the squad for fuck knows why.
Yeah,
reasons.
so the hoard out thing is definitely, I think, part of it. Another thing, the retarded baby game. Yeah, this anime was kind of fucked already, being as how it came out so close to that piece of shit. So, I could definitely understand people skipping this after seeing that thing over there. And 3, DC have already done this type of isekai plot numerous times where the cast visit other worlds or dimensions. So, I've seen people think it's overdone. Which, yeah, all these are valid reasons. I totally get it. But I wanted to see Japland's take on what they would do with a DC property. And to be honest, I wasn't completely disappointed. I did have fun with this. Did you, Di?
Yes.
Well, I'm interested to see what they turn into an anime next from a DC property, and I mean actually let a Japanese studio do it, not something where it's like, oh, it's anime because it's inspired by... No, I mean like actually give WIT or, I don't know, UFO Table or some shit a chance and see what they could come up with, because I'll check it out. It's not the best thing on the planet, but it wasn't the worst either. I just thought it was a lot of dumb fun. But that's just what we thought. Hey, if you still finished the show and didn't like it, let us know. I'm very curious to know. Maybe you loved it. Maybe you wanted to get a season 2, which I kind of do. I want to see a season 2 of this. But the most important question of all, who is best girl in this series?
Clayface.
Yeah, I don't think I could argue that Clayface was fucking great. I mean, we all know it's Harley. Or Fiona. Or
What's the difference?
exactly. Or someone's gonna say Waller. Yeah, the one Lizzo fan. All right, I'll stop. I'm fucking with you. But all right, guys. In all seriousness, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks again so much for listening to us ramble about this for however long it was. And please let us know if there's something you like to discover down below, and we'll get to it eventually. Until then, thanks again for watching. We hope you have a great day. And until next time. Bye!